Gucci on, dipped in, cut out, not a helping hand. I got some guys that throw it back and make me drop the cans. I told I was dreaming of a 10-10.
Hello, everybody. I'm international audience.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the London Monarchs and the London Black Knights. First down, Rodgers toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of the these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll lead here to a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
First and 10. Here's Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chandler Jones in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
They'll run for the first time with no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down, Freeman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. Tackle right, and he is going to lose yardage here. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky, sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Yeah. Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Telvin Smith in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Rodgers to throw on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about these say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
On second down, Montgomery. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Chandler Jones in there for sack number 22 on the year. Just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kenny Clark, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Going deep for Moncrief. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 39 that time. They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out. Second and 10. It's Trubisky again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Here's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the defense has come up with it. Slipped away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out of practice.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Play action. It's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. First and goal from the 5. They'll run with Montgomery. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Ty Montgomery, touchdown number 15 of the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Crosby on now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
They go play action. Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They go play action with Trubisky. It's brought in by Kevin White. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now let's go.
Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. Going deep for Moncrief. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly the question there, 4th and very short, why throw so deep?
Sometimes the defense actually forces you into these things. Sometimes. What happens is you might end up in a man coverage where they press up tight. Could be a zone coverage where they're crowding the line of scrimmage. And receivers have to convert their routes to try and beat that coverage. And you end up throwing it deeper than you want to. Preferably, you want a 3-yard pass in this situation. Get the first down and keep the sticks going.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On second down, here's Rodgers. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there at 22.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Ty Montgomery, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And a nice return sets him up. There's a look at Devontae Freeman now. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On second down, here's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is
pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now Trubisky to throw on second. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Looking for White on the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there. 46 yards.
All right, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Robert Kimdichie in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Rodgers to Montgomery on the draw. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded at the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially give him 15, and out will come the offense as they take over. Meanwhile, the second quarter score from Carolina. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Sharp. And we'll keep you abreast. Touchdown! A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll get this one up to the 26. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit him over the top.
Got a man. It's his tight end, Lance Kendricks. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Rodgers now on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On first down, Rodgers. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. A good pick.
Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jordy Nelson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. This fielded at the 2. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Kevin White and company heading back onto the field. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throw left side complete. That's Sharp. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On second down, Trubisky. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them. They got his man complete. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. Now it's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Sharp. And he will take it in for the touchdown.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Ty Montgomery and the offense getting set for their next drive. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter.
But he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. This offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Trubisky. Throw left side complete. That's Sharp. Past the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. That's the score you felt they had.
That binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Draw play, Rodgers to Montgomery. Montgomery a first down and then some. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one good for 33 and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. Fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Now Trubisky to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. This is Freeman on first and 10. And Freeman lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete.
Here we go.
On third down, Trubisky. And he's got Moncrief. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. They convert on third with a gain of 22. They toss to Freeman. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. It's Montgomery. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Ty Montgomery with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Elsewhere, a third-quarter score from NRG Stadium in Houston. It's the Texans firmly in control of that one. They've scored again. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Trubisky. And now here is another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. And they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's got some space here. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Elsewhere, a third-quarter score from NRG Stadium in Houston. It's the Texans firmly in control of that one. They've scored again. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Jake Ryan. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Trubisky will throw. Room to run past midfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sharp. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
How precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
He completes it right side to White. 23 yards on the play. On first down, Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nick Perry in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
Watch him now, Barney. Detroit.
Play action. Now Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Robert Kindici in there for the sack. And he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That's pulled in at the 32. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. A very solid gain of 27. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Detroit! Green 39! Detroit! Blue 90!
Amaro, the tight end, in motion. Now the pitch to Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
All right,
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing here, Trubisky. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dante Moncrief. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, it's Montgomery. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And now here is our line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Rodgers hands to Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On third down, that's Montgomery. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown! A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 30, the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ty Montgomery, 75 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense, because you can hand it to him, as we've seen, but just have 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll look to throw. He hits White, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they get 28 yards on that one. And that enables them to also pick up the first. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Second and 10, it's Trubisky again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has absorbed the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Trubisky to throw again. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. They'll look to throw here. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Ty Montgomery and the offense getting set for their next drive. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And this offense on third down today, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. The 30, 20, 10, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Davante Adams, his 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And my goodness, another